What's up guys, my name is Jamek in the Orbital Expedition channel. Let me introduce my new fishing rod. This model is pa핑스타Gt 1002 XH PS model. The meaning of PS is plugging special. The plugging special is mean when we enjoy plugging game. Plugging game is using such such a diving pencil. Diving pencil include in plug, dual type of plug. That's why we said such a game as a plugging game. Anyway, to make a good action of this such a diving pencil like this, would escort great action, diving action. Then many people said so plugging rod has a soft tip. That's why such a plugging special model has a soft tip stiffness like this. Okay, let's review together this She-Hulk 파핑스타Gt. And the She-Hulk is a Korean fishing brand, and this brand is famous for very good strength and cheap price. So I love this brand. Such a type of many things in the Korea. We said 가성비. It is Korean word. Okay, let's try it. Let's review this rod. The frying lure is totally Metal Jig and the plug diving pencil. And the Metal Jig is first 16 gram, 100 gram, 116, 180, and 200 gram. Lastly, 250 gram. And in case of diving pencil, plug. First one is 190 millimeter and 65 gram, and 230 millimeter and 100 gram. Lastly, two lure is same size, 240 millimeter and 137 gram, but this lure has a more big volume, I think. Okay, let's try from the 60 gram of Metal Jig. Let's try it. $60 gram Metal Jig is too small and light compared this thick line system. The shock reader is curved now, but if I have a bigger Metal Jig or pencil, the shock reader will have more tension. Anyway, let's test it. It is easy to test such a small size of Metal Jig, but the casting distance was short now because this Metal Jig is really light by compare this thick line system. Anyway, by the this rod's very big guide system, there was no any line trouble. Okay, First, let's check the jerking ability of this rod's tip. Let's see this rod's tip detailedly. Let's jerk. Okay, until but this rod is plugging special, although it is very light metal jig. The tip is bend many. Okay, let's try one more time. Anyway, this rod is plugging special. Let's see how much proper tips performance during I make a diving action. Let's try. Anyway, casting ability is good. I think it was easy to cast such type of lure, and the surprising point for me is it is quite light. This rod is quite light. Actually, this rod has 471 gram. So I think this weight is quite heavy compared other shore casting rod, but this rod's gravity center is close with my grip, left hand's grip. So I was able to feel this rod was light during I cast it. Okay, let's try the jerking one more time. Yeah, because this rod has anyway the tips performance was not good during I make a jerking action, because this rod has a soft tip, because this rod is plug-in special model. I'm looking forward this diving action performance. Okay, let's check the second metal jig, 100 gram. Let's cast it. Yeah, when I grip this rod, although this rod has a heavy weight, but my feel is quite light by the good center of gravity. Anyway, let's cast it. 100 gram metal jig. Oh, casting ability is really good in case of 100 gram. Okay, let's see the jerking ability of this rod's tip. Let's see the tip detailedly. Yeah, tip is, I think, too soft. I think although there was no any problem to jerk such a metal jig, because this rod has a hard stiffness of a berry is middle part of a rod, but when I see in person this motion of rod during make a jerking action, tip is too bended. let's do it together one more time. I confused. Sometimes this TV is bent many, but sometimes the tip's bending performance is proper. I think I need to change jerking rhythm when I use such a soft tip rod. Let's try one more time. Anyway, until this 100-gram Metal Jig, the casting feel is really good. Yeah, casting feel is really good. In case of a jerking performance of tip, how do you think this tip performance? I confused. Anyway, let's pass the next Metal Jig. Okay guys, the next Metal Jig size is 160 gram. Let's cast it. And this rod's casting ability is in case of plug until 140 gram. In case of jig is 180 gram. Let's try it. Yeah, to cast until this. Yeah, casting feel is really good. In case of a jerking performance of tip, how do you think this tip performance? I confused. Anyway, let's pass the next Metal Jig. Okay, last Metal Jig, 180 gram. Let's cast it. Casting ability is really good. It's too enough because this rod has a very hard berry and a butt. But in case of jerking ability of this rod's tip, I think bad. This rod's tip can't lift this Metal Jig properly. I'm looking for the diving action ability of this rod tip. Okay, until jigging, I think this rod can cast more big metal jig over the 180 gram, because this rod has a very strong belly and butt. But by the soft tip, I will be done until now, until 180 gram. Let's try the diving pencil plugging. Okay, let's try the plugging game. First, the plug is diving pencil. Everything is diving pencil, and the most small size. This size is 190 millimeter, and the weight is 65 gram, except of these two hooks. Okay, let's cast it. Okay, in case of Maria, 190 millimeter model, Maria Rapido. Let's cast. Yeah, casting ability is enough, and it was not too right to cast this lure. And let's check the tip ability during I make a diving action. Yeah, tip is bent properly, and now the lure diving action is good. Yeah. How much soft of this tip, I think is really good when I make a diving action. Let's try one more time, and let's see the lure motion together. Let's cast it. As I've said you, casting ability is really good of this rod. Okay, let's see the lure motion together. As you see now, the lure diving action is good now, I think. I think this soft tip is really helpful to make a good diving action. Okay, let's try the second diving pencil plug. Okay, this model is the same model with previous Maria Rapido. It is also Maria Rapido, but size is different. Size is 203 millimeter, and the weight is 100 gram, except of hooks. Let's try it. Yeah, although I already said you, the grip feel is really good because the center of weight of this rod. So my really feel is quite light, although this rod has heavy weight. Okay, let's cast. Okay, first let's check the tip motion. That tip is bended properly and the roll motion is good now. Okay, let's check the second. Let's check the roll motion together during I make a diving action. Okay, let's see the lure. The lure section is broken. Let's see one more time. I need to make a good rhythm. In case of long distance, I think lure action is really good. This rod makes a good action for lure. But lure is close with, then lure action is quite broken. I needed to compare other rods. This Maria 203mm. Third diving pencil is Shimano Osea Wild Response 240mm and the weight is 137 grams. Exacto to hook. Let's try it. And as I've said you, this rod's maximum capacity to cast a lure is in case of plug, it is about 140 grams. So I think if I include this hook weight, it is maximum weight of this rod. Okay, let's see it here. Plug is 140 grams. Let's try it. It's quite hard to make many video because I cast heavy weight of every rod and lure. Anyway, let's fight it. Okay, casting ability is 2 enough. Okay, let's check the tip motion during I make a diving action. How do you think the tip motion of this rod? And the diving action is, I think it's good enough. Okay. Oh, there is some line trouble between hook and line. Let's solve this. Oh, this hook throw the sweeper. Okay, let's check the side action. Let's check the tip and roll motion. The distance is too close. Anyway, lastly, let's check the roll motion. Let's try it. Yeah, casting enough ability is really enough. Let's check the roll motion together. Until this distance, I think roll motion is good now. From now, roll action was broken. Because roll action was broken, I need to check one more time, because I believe because this rod has a very soft tip, it will be very helpful to make a good diving action. So if I have a good rhythm, yeah, I think now roll action is good. Until this such a distance. But from this distance, roll action is broken now. About 15 meters. Okay, last diving pencil is jump rise Lara pen, 240 millimeter size, and the weight is 137 gram. I think this lure has big volume compared to previous model. Let's try it. It's really hard. Cast. Yeah, the rod strength was enough to cast such a size of lure. Okay, let's check the tip motion. Now the lure motion is good and the tip is bended properly. Now the lure is close with about 15 meters. The lure action is broken started. Okay, let's check the lure. Second, let's check the lure motion during make a diving action. I think there is some line trouble. It is really heavy. The lure hook is up to the shock leader. I needed to solve this problem. Yeah. Rear hook It's up to the shock leader. Let's cast one more time. Let's check the lure action. Okay, now lure action is really good. Oh, until now 20-meter distance, lure action is a little good yet. But from this 15-meter, lure action start to be broke. Yeah, like this. It is short distance. Okay, in case of my new rod, I finished to review every rod. I'm happy. It was quite hard to review every rod. Lastly, let's cast. Oh, the sound was strange. What happened? Yeah, the lure action is really good by this rod soft tip. Okay, let me tell you total my opinion about this rod. And until yet, good point is in case of jigging, I think this rod is not good rod when we enjoy shoejigging game, because this rod's tip is too soft when I jerk Metal Jig. And but in case of plugging game like this diving pencil, by this soft tip of this rod, it is easy to make a good diving action. So I think following this rod's name, PS Plugging Special, because this rod has a soft tip, it is really good rod when we enjoy show plugging game. And I had some bad first impression when I saw this rod for the first time, because this rod has a heavy weight. This rod has 471 grams, but nevertheless, my rear feel when I grip this rod and when I cast this rod, I didn't feel this rod is too heavy, because when I check the center of weight for this rod, this rod's center of weight is here, the Shioku's A spelling. So this weight center is shorter this distance between my hand grip of listed at the listed, and the center of weight is close compared other heavy show casting rod. So I mean, actual my grip feel, it was lighter than other show casting rod, although they has lighter weight. So anyway, and it is inconvenient. And oh, and in case of this guide system of this rod, like this, I think I really love this big size of guide system. During I cast this thick line system, as I tell you, main braid line size is number 8, and the spacer assist braid line size is 16, and the shock reader size is 220 pound. You know, this line system is too big line system, too thick line system, but nevertheless I used this line system. There was no any line trouble because this rod, as you see this rod guide size, this guide has this rod has a really big guide, so there was no any line trouble using the during I used this thick line system. And actually, additionally, I was nervous a little because this, although this guide is very big, but this guide ring, wait a minute. Yeah, this is other shore casting rod. Let's compare together. Yeah, as you see now, top guide size is bigger this Papingstar compared this other heavy shore casting rod, but when we compare this top guide's thickness, top guide ring's thickness, other shore casting rod's guide ring is normally bigger than this shore star. So I was nervous durability of this top guide, but during I test this Papingstar, there was not any broken of guide ring. Although I needed to use this Papingstar keep going in future, but until yet I think the durability is okay of this thin guide ring. So lastly, and this Papingstar has a really cheap price compare other heavy shore casting rod. Actually, I don't know exactly price of this PapingstarGt, if this Papingstar is go to the other country, but in my country Korea, this Papingstar's price is about $300 US. This means 300,000 won in my country's price. But compare the other heavy shore casting rod, most of heavy shore casting rod is really expensive. For example, like Jenak Acura or MC Works Raging Bull, or Reaper Fisher, Shimano's Colt Sniper Limited. So many heavy shore casting rods price is over the at least $700 US. In case of Korea price, over the 700,000 Korean won. So it is really expensive, I think. But as I tell you, this rod's price is about just $300 US. So it is just half price of other normal heavy shore casting rod. Nevertheless, it has a very cheap price. Total, my opinion is it is really good. It has it has a very soft tip to make a good diving action, and it has a very big guide system. And on the other hand, this rod's butt and the belly have a very strong strength and stiffness. So I think compared to this cheap price, I think this rod is really good rod. Thank you. Okay, first let's try quarter. This is pull drag and the quarter. And let's pull. Let's check the how many drags. Yeah, quarter is about 10 kilogram. And let's make a second criteria. Let's try just one help and two help. So totally one revolution of drag knob. Let's try how much drag force. It is about 7. Okay, let's check the two criteria. First one is 7 kilogram and the second one is 10 kilogram. Let's try it. What's up, guys? Let's check this road's drag check. First item is Shock Pa핑스타Gt 1002 XH PS model. First drag setting is drag force is 7 kilogram. Although this drag force is only 7 kilogram, it's really hard. Oh, 7 kilogram is really hard. I didn't know it. Okay, let's bend it. This is 7 kilograms bending curve of Papingstar. Okay, let's check the 70 kilograms drag force. Yeah. Okay. Wow. 70 kilograms is really heavy. Okay. Second, let's make a 10 kilogram. As you saw the previous video, 10 kilogram is just a quarter revolution from the pull drag. I call son. I will be able to bend such a drag force. Okay, let's try. This is 10 kilo. Very heavy. Let's try one more time. 10 kilogram. I need fighting belt. This is 10 kilogram bending curve. This is 10 kilogram bending curve. Wow, very heavy.